And welcome back, once again adventurers, to Let's Play Steins. In the last episode, Rintaro finally had no choice but to use his last resort, his trump card, the persona of Kyouma. And as a result, the final day of the date with Ruka Urushibara went far more smoothly than it did before. And as a result, Ruka has given Rintaro the tools he needs to erase her D-mail and change the worldline once again. She also revealed that she was the one who broke the IBM 5100 after cleaning the storehouse, and she hid it in one of these lockers. Unfortunately, that was a while ago, so the IBM 5100 has probably been thrown out. Now, Rintaro is considering using a D-mail to try and alter that fact without the fact that we need to act, without taking into account the fact that we actually need to undo the other D-mail in which, because if you recall, Ruka in the original worldline was a boy, but he sent a D-mail which actually did work, surprisingly, that affected his gender, or her gender, since the Ruka Urushibara in this worldline was a girl. Not just in name, but in actual existence. Unfortunately, sending that D-mail isn't a good idea, Rintaro. Possibly due to the fact that we might actually go even further from the divergence of 1% than we really need to. If it works, Ruka could stay a girl. Unfortunately, if we don't get to that 1%, Mayu will still die, since we're still on the Alpha Worldline. No, I mustn't give in to the temptation. My goal is to restore the worldline, not warp it further. Fix the past to save Mayuri. That is my mission.
僕の記憶、なんだか奇妙なんです。
And that's actually not really surprising, given the fact that you have two different counterparts.
奇妙とは？
僕の記憶の中には、あのパソコンのことについての2つの記憶が混ざっていて。
As we've surmised, the female Ruka has started remembering things from her male counterpart.
一つはパソコンを壊した僕の記憶。もう一つはそんなパソコンは全然知らないし、倉庫のお掃除もしなかった僕の記憶。
That's certainly a rather curious
男だった僕は
statement.
パソコンを壊してません。倉庫の掃除の代わりに本殿のお掃除をしていたから。
So Ruka swept the storehouse because she became a girl. Because she swept the storehouse, she broke the IBM 5100 and deposited it into this coin locker. Something that never happened with her male self. As a result, the IBM 5100 will never reach me. Is this the butterfly effect? I would certainly say so, Rintaro.
やっぱり僕が男に戻るしか方法はないみたいです。
Indeed, if we are actually to obtain the IBN 5100 as we originally did in the first place, there's no longer any doubt in her eyes. There's no choice. She knows it as well as I. We return empty-handed to Yanabayashi Shrine, which is dyed scarlet by the setting sun. Well, we always knew it was a long shot. Unfortunately, no IBN this time. Ruka lets go of my hand after we arrive. We spent the whole walk hand in hand. Then she turns to me.
今度こそお別れですね。
Indeed, it will be goodbye, because once we erase that D-mail, or once we counter that D-mail with another D-mail, the change to the worldline will be cancelled, and it's as if the female Ruka will have never existed.
Kyouma さんと修行ができて本当に良かったです。
It's been far too long since Hoin Kyouma put his erstwhile disciple through his or her paces. She smiles shyly again, but her cheeks are dyed pink. I can tell that she's desperately holding back her tears. But those tears hold a different meaning than the ones I saw before I time-leapt. So hopefully we're not going to be punished by Kurisu or Mayuri this time. At least for now. At least I'd like to think so.
俺はお前に恋人らしいことは何もしてやれなかったな。
そんなことはどうでもいいですよ。
そうだった。
Indeed, it's as Hoin Kyouma said. I'm sincerely relieved. Because Ruka smiled for me.
まゆりちゃんのこと助けてあげてください。
We certainly will, don't you
まゆ
worry.
りちゃんは僕にとっても大事なお友達ですから。
I think it's safe to say that Mayuri is important to the entire Future Gadget Laboratory.
ルカ子。
もう行ってください。出ないと僕泣いちゃいそうで。
Yeah, we really don't want that.
だからお願いします。
It seems that Ruka is about to have another emotional breakdown,
今日まで
unfortunately.
ありがとうございました。
Well, we ended up granting the male Ruka's wish, and now, unfortunately, what we giveth, we now taketh away.
こういう時は例の合言葉ですよね。
Ah yes, the passcode.
エルサイコンガリ。
Good try, you almost got it. But it's Elsai Kongru. Even as a girl, Ruka never gets that code phrase right. I find myself smiling. Rukiko forces a smile too.
エルサイコングルーです。
She got it right that time. She bows deeply. She doesn't raise her head. A sign for me to go already. Let us be off, in more ways than one. I turn back to the archway at the shrine's entrance. My feet are heavy. They won't advance. I stop in front of the stairs. Looks like doubt is starting to creep into Rintaro Okabe's resolve. Then I take out my phone. Of course, we need to call Kurisu in order to set up the phone wave.
まゆりから電話あったわよ。プンプンしてた。あんたがコミマに来る約束をすっぽかしたって。
Yeah, as a result of our time leap, we didn't go to Kyouma this time. Yeah, things turned out badly when we took Ruka there. Even though I know Mayuri was looking forward to it, it was something that we couldn't afford to do at the time.
クリスティーナ、今から言う番号を電話レンジカッコ仮に入力してくれ。
But fortunately, now that we have Ruka's mother's pager number, we can cancel that email.
どういうことか説明して。
Basically, mission successful. Cue Final Fantasy Victory, well, Final Fantasy VII Victory Fanfare.
いいから頼む。これから D メールを送る。
I hear a sigh on the other end of the phone. Looks like she gets the message.
番号は
I tell her Rukago's mother's pager number with another set of string of numbers attached. Meat veg meat veg. When she sees this, Rukago's mother will probably think it's a prank. Those of you who don't remember, Ruka was the one who actually mentioned the possibility of having a boy when you eat a lot of meat and having a girl when you eat a lot of vegetables. And surprisingly, that's how it turned out in this case, when we made that change to the worldline. And then she'll assume the email we sent earlier was also a prank. If that still doesn't change the worldline, we can just try something else. We have all the tools we need. Pages in 1992 didn't display the sender's number. Rukago's mother won't know who sent it. I already told Kurisu the timer setting. Everything's ready. And so we say farewell to another worldline. I hang up once I confirm that the 42-inch CRT is on. Now I just need to call the PhoneWave TBA. Then the worldline will change. And change for the better. Ruka will turn back to a guy. To be more accurate, we'll be going back to the worldline in which Ruka is already a guy. The male Ruka didn't turn into a girl and vice versa. Her memories will disappear. Mayuri won't die today. However, I hesitate to open my address book. My thoughts turn to Ruka, who is probably still watching me from behind. If I turn around, what will I see on her face? I want to check, but I don't think she'd want that. Ruka finally smiled for me today, but I still have lingering reservations inside. This time I'm about to sacrifice Ruka's memories. The memories of the 17 years she lived as a girl on this worldline. The memories of her parents who rejoiced when their daughter was born. I'm about to erase all of that. But if I don't, I'll be rejecting the 17 years Ruka lived as a guy. I'll be rejecting the memories of his parents, who rejoiced when their son was born. Even so, is it okay to turn Ruka back into a guy? I'm lost and cannot take another step. I've sacrificed the memories of two friends already. Suzuha Mane and Feiris Nyan Yan. We erased the 4 days that we spent together before she jumped back to 1975. And we erased the wish that Feiris had made, which was to finally catch up with her father again. The sight of their tears is burned into my mind. Something soft presses against my back. Ruka has embraced me from behind. I hear faint sobbing. What expression is she making now? Even without looking, I can tell.
僕本当は戻りたくないです。
And it looks like even Ruka is now having second thoughts. Her words are like needles stabbing into my heart.
だって男に戻ったら岡部さんへのこの気持ち封印しなくちゃいけないから。
Believe that the male Ruka idolizes Ho and Kyouma for being strong and self-confident, even if it's mostly an act. Well, I say mostly, but it is all an act up until this point. But the male Ruka still has romantic feelings for Rintaro Okabe. And once we change the worldline, those romantic feelings will no longer be.
岡部さんのこと好きでいちゃいけないと思うから。
I have nothing against homosexuals, but unfortunately I'm heterosexual. I won't be able to answer Rukako's feelings if he's a guy.
それに今日の記憶も消えちゃうんですよね。
Indeed they will. I won't sugarcoat it, Rukako.
手をつないで一緒に歩いたことも
Indeed.
久しぶりに二人で修行をしたことも。
I don't think you need to actually worry about that, Ruka. I'm sure Ho and Kyouma will give your male counterparts the training of a lifetime.
こうして今岡部さんの体に触れていることも忘れたくない。僕忘れたくないです。
Unfortunately, it has to be this way. If it isn't, then Mayuri Rurishina will die.
好きだから岡部さんのこと好きだから。まゆりちゃんを助けたい気持ちは僕にもあるからしょうがないって理性では理解できていてもやっぱり辛いです。
Indeed it does, and unfortunately we can't do anything about that.
せめて今日の記憶だけは残しておきたかったです。
Unfortunately it doesn't work that way.
こんなに辛い気持ちを味わうって知ってたなら女の子になりたいなんて願うんじゃなかった。
And therein lies the irony of Rukako's wish. Because if you remember, the male Rukako, the reason he wanted to be a girl was because not only he felt awkward, and of course because of that unfortunate situation with the overzealous otaku photographers, but also he felt, he might be better off as a girl. Unfortunately, as we now know, things didn't turn out that way at all. In fact, Ruka was still as self-conscious and timid as her male self.
ルカ子。
すみません。そんなことはどうでもいいの気持ちですよね。
Indeed, still Ruka Rushibara.
お前が男に戻っても俺にとってルカ子はルカ子だ。それは変わらない。
そう言ってもらえて嬉しいです。岡部さん、メール送ってください。お願いします。早く。これ以上岡部さんのぬくもりを感じていたらもっと嫌なこと言っちゃいそうだから、もう気持ちを我慢できなくなっちゃうから。
Unfortunately, Ruka seems to be cutting into Rintaro's resolve here.
だが
Is this really okay?
岡部さん、お願い。
I'm about to sacrifice someone again. Is it my place to make that decision? Unfortunately, yes, because we are Hoin Kyouma, the insane mad scientist, with the power of reading Steiner, and as a result we are the only ones who will ever know this worldline ever happened. My fingers tremble around my phone, but Rukako embraces those trembling fingers with her own.
僕のこと覚えていてくれますか？
Now, we do have two roads before us. We can actually choose not to call the phone wave TBA. We can choose not to send a D-mail that will cancel the one that allowed Rukako's female self to exist. And in so doing, we will be sacrificing Mayurishina's life in exchange. That path will lead to the ending with Rukako. Unfortunately, I will not be treading that path. We made a promise to save Mayurishina, to reach the beta world line, to save this world line from SERN. And that is what we must do. And thus, we cannot hesitate. Time to call the phone wave TBA and send that email. Rukako places her finger on top of mine, because if we don't do this, then we cannot achieve the true ending of Steins Gate. And that is my goal in this Let's Play, on top of the send button.
ありがとう岡部さん。さようなら僕の
Fare thee well. And with that, the world line is changed to 52.3 or 52.3307% point. Chapter 9, Endless Apoposis. Sorry. The warmth of Rukako's hand slips away as the vertigo hits me. Well, we're halfway there. Just another 0.5% to go. I'm still at the shrine, but I no longer feel Rukako clinging to my back. I turn around slowly. And what do we see? We see Ruka, standing a short distance away, as if to see me off. No tears, just a bewildered smile. My chest feels like it's about to burst. I hold it back.
なあ、ルカ子。
はい。
お前は
I hesitate for a moment, but I have to know.
男だよな。
はい。そうですけど。
Bit of an embarrassing question, but as reading Stein has shown us, the worldline has changed. The female Ruka is no more. In her place, the male incarnation of Ruka Rushibara has returned once again. She is gone. He has returned. Cuter than any girl. Looks good in Miko robes. But he's a guy. I bite my lip.
お前は俺のこと。
いきなり何を。
And now Ruka is embarrassed.
その尊敬してます。
He respects me. I don't deserve his respect. But that's not what matters now. Rukako's answer seemed clear, but wasn't. He didn't answer the question.
男に戻ったら岡部さんへのこの気持ち封印しなくちゃいけないから。
Rukako might still like me, even though he's a guy again. However, he'll never speak honestly about those feelings. This is what Rukako decided for himself. It would be wrong to pry any further. Maybe I'm just running away. Maybe I should pry, force him to confront his feelings. But I'm not strong enough to accept the consequences. I'll just end up hurting Rukako.
ありがとう。お前にはこれからもずっと俺の弟子でいてほしい。それでいいか？
And that will never change.
はい、もちろんです。
Farewell, my young apprentice, my Padawan learner. I look away, unable to bear his shy smile. The worldline has changed. Rukako is a guy again. Which means that the IBN 5100 should be here at the shrine. On the previous worldline, the girl Rukako broke the IBN 5100 while cleaning the storehouse. But the male Rukako didn't clean the storehouse. He never broke the IBN 5100. It's 6:46 p.m. in the evening. Judging by past experience, it's very likely that I've averted Mayuri's death for today. But just in case, I should get back to the lab within the hour.
ルカ子、お前は去年この神社の倉庫で古いパソコンを壊した覚えがあるか？
If everything's gone according to plan, he should do.
古いパソコンですか？そんなものうちにはなかった気がしますけど。僕パソコンはよくわからなくて、ろくに触ったこともないんです。
When Rukako was a girl, she trembled when I asked her the same question. And then she forced a smile as if to avoid admitting that she broke the computer. But Ruka's not trembling now. Rukako honestly doesn't know.
父上に会わせてくれ。
I'm not at all surprised by this outcome, but I asked Ruka to fetch his father so I can ask him whether or not the IBN 5100 was in the storehouse.
古いパソコン？確かにそんな記憶がありますね。
So far, so good.
見てきましょう。ちょっと待っていてください。
He heads into the storeroom out back, just like on the previous worldline. But on the previous worldline, the IBN 5100 was no longer in the storehouse, since the female Ruka had secretly moved it. How will it turn out this time? I believe we're about to get our answer. Ruka's dad returns after about 10 minutes. His expression is grave. That's all the answer I need. Nothing has changed.
見つかりません。なくなっています。
I quickly glance at Rukako's face. Blank. He doesn't seem to know anything. Rukako is innocent, I'm sure of it.
倉庫の鍵が壊されていました。何者かが持ち去ったかもしれません。
At this time, the lock to the storehouse was broken. Someone took the IBN 5100. And I know who that was. Moeka Kiryu.
持ち去った？
It didn't disappear. A thief took it.
重いものを引きずったような跡がありました。年末に大掃除をした時にはあんな跡はありませんでしたし、鍵も1ヶ月ほど前にたまたま確認した時は壊されていませんでした。まさか泥棒に入られるとは。
Unfortunately, the responsibility for that lies at our feet.
じゃあ警察に届けないと。
Unfortunately for us, that's out of the question. While they discuss what to do, I sigh and consider the situation.
倉庫にないと意味がないんだ。
The IBN 5100 is still out of reach. There are 2 D-mails left to cancel. Something tells me that if I cancel just one more, I can get the IBN 5100 back. But which one? If you recall, we actually, before the D-mail we allowed Moeka to send, we actually sent the one that gave us the lotto numbers, even though we didn't win anything.
岡部さん、なんだかよくわからないですけど、気を落とさないでください。
Unfortunately, we can't help that.
そんなことどうでもいいの精神ですよ。
Unfortunately, the IBN 5100 does matter. It matters a lot. It's important to everything. But I chuckle. Rukako's so adorable when he's trying to cheer me up. But he's a guy.
その言葉、使い方が間違っているぞ。
I wave goodbye and leave the shrine. And so we say farewell to Ruka Urushibara. 2 D-mails remain. First, the one I sent to myself with the winning lotto 6 numbers. That one should be easy to cancel. The problem is the other one. The one sent by someone I wish I could forget. And I believe I mentioned her name just moments ago, Moeka Kiryu. I know the gist of her D-mail, since she sent it as a part of our early experiments. When Moeka asked to send a D-mail, I agreed under 2 conditions. First, make the content simple enough that the D-mail's effects would be obvious. Second, make the contents public to all Lab Mems. Moeka ended up sending a D-mail to prevent herself from buying a new phone a few days prior. The D-mail was sent to July 31st, an easy date to remember. The question is how it relates to the theft of the IBN 5100. Well, we do know that she is a SERN Rounder agent, and which is why she was looking for the IBN 5100 to keep anyone from hacking into CERN's Echelon database. And if we recall on the worldline in which Ferris's father was alive, it appears that CERN was the one who paid the ransom money for her kidnapping, just to get their hands on the IBN 5100. But I'm going to end the episode here for the time being, and when we return, adventurers, we shall consult the other members of the Future Gadget Laboratory, more specifically Kurisu, our assistant, in order to deal with the Moeka Kiryu problem, and hopefully find a solution. If this works, then we should technically be able to finally get our hands on the IBN 5100 after all that has happened. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.